Hi girlies, welcome back to my channel. Today is perhaps the most special video of the entire year because we are going to be unboxing my special order. So if you guys weren't aware, I actually placed my special order for this particular bag back in February of this year. So it actually only took about 7 months for this bag to arrive. I actually got this bag in early October. I'm just getting around to doing the YouTube filming for this, so it's not a true unboxing because I actually have taken her out already. But of course, I wanted to share all the details with you guys, do some comparisons with my Kelly 25, get into the story time, do all that nitty gritty because I think it's really helpful for those of you on your Hermes journey. And since I have been wearing her out, I do have a little update on some wear and tear and how I've been loving her. Okay, so without further ado, let's get to the unboxing. So I will link the very first video I made on making my special order that kind of talks you through what the special order process is actually like. So I'm not really going to get into the process here. I'm just going to be showing you the bag. But here she is. There's of course only one bag that comes in a size this small. And it is my special order mini Kelly. I mean, she is just an absolute dream. Like I said, I have been wearing her out already, so I did attach the cutest little Twilly, but I will be removing her so I can show you what the crossbody strap looks like on because I did get the slightly longer strap, and we're gonna get into all the details. But before we do, I did want to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, which is Gingiberi. Now, this is actually my second collaboration with Gingiberi. I was so excited when they reached out again because I absolutely love this brand. They are the most beautiful, affordable, sustainable brand that makes exquisite pieces in solid 18 karat gold, pearls, and natural diamonds. I love their pieces so much. I actually wore them for my proposal and I got so many compliments on the earring and necklace set that I wore because it was just so delicate, so dainty, so feminine. And I'm so excited to share that they've started to expand their white gold collection, and you guys know me, I say this in like every video, I am like now kind of a white gold girly since I got engaged. I am trying to build out my white gold collection a lot more. And so being able to add the Gingiberi style that I loved and now pieces that contain white gold and these like gorgeous lustral gray pearls is just so amazing. So the first two pieces that I want to introduce are the earrings and this necklace that I'm wearing. This is the Silver Galaxy necklace and these are the AQUA earrings. They both use 18 karat white gold and blue Akoya pearls. Starting off with these gorgeous AQUA earrings. They're very reminiscent of the tassel love earrings that I had previously shown in my other collaboration. Those ones are made of yellow gold and white Aurora pearls. These ones are in 18K white gold and blue Akoya pearls. You can see that the blue Akoya pearls give off the most beautiful grayish, bluish, lustrous sheen, and I am so in love with these pearls. And just like the tassel love earrings, these are also modular, so this portion of earring jacket can actually be removed. So this gives it a little bit more of a elegant look, but if you're looking for a bit more of a daily wear piece, you can just wear this beautiful blue Akoya pearl on its own and it becomes a little bit more subtle. Next up is this Silver Galaxy necklace. It is so gorgeous. I really love this design where it has the pearls and then just a tiny little white gold ball and then another pearl because it's very reminiscent of a couple Mikimoto designs that I had absolutely loved, but they were just a little bit too expensive to justify the price. But Gingiberi, again, they just make these gorgeous designs at such an affordable price point that you really can't say no to them. Once again, this necklace is also in white gold with the blue Akoya pearls. I've chosen to make it into a lariat style right now just because I chose a really deep necked sweater, but again, you can choose to do a lot of different designs because this can be clipped onto any portion of the necklace. So you can clip it to here, 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 just to make a little bit more of a different length necklace. And if I simply just flip the necklace around, it becomes a beautiful choker style instead. I much prefer wearing the necklace actually in this length because I don't typically wear such deep necked designs, but depending on your personal style, you can choose the length that you like. So the next piece that I want to share with you guys is actually a bracelet, and typically I'm not super into bracelets, but once I saw this, I absolutely fell in love. This is the Whispers of the Moon bracelet. I just love that this creates the perfect set with my necklace and earrings that I'm wearing right now. Once again, it's also 18 karat gold with blue Akoya pearls, and these blue Akoya pearls are just the most perfect shade of light gray mixed with a tinge of blue. They're the perfect neutral to pair with any outfit. And I've just been really into gray these days. I actually do think that my next quota bag, I definitely want it to be gray. I have paired it with a diamond tennis bracelet as well, and I think just the complete set with my bracelets and my engagement ring is just Chef's kiss. This bracelet also does have a really nice adjustability feature, so you can pull and shorten the bracelet as you'd like. Now there's just 2 more items that I quickly want to share with you guys, and I also want to share the packaging that all Gingiberi pieces come in because it's absolutely beautiful. Anytime I get a package from Gingiberi, I'm so excited, and I'm actually going to be gifting my mom a couple pieces because I know she'll be in love with these as well. So the front pops open and it comes in a velvet little box, and inside is the Serene necklace. I mean, just look at those pearls shine. To pair with the Serene necklace, I also got these Ethereal Dream earrings that are so special. So starting off with the Ethereal Dream earrings, I mean, they are this gorgeous 2-tassel earring that's held together with a tiny little white gold ball here. And the unique thing about these earrings in particular is that they're actually adjustable in terms of tassel length, so you can actually pull it through this white gold ball here to lengthen one side and shorten the other. For example, like this. I personally enjoy a little bit more of an offset style, so I'm going to keep it like this. And now moving on to the Serene necklace. I mean, just keeping like this is so gorgeous and so beautiful. It's a little bit more muted and modest in my opinion, but you can actually adjust the pearls and the little white gold balls in between to any position you'd like on this chain. I actually prefer this style a little bit more because I do like the just really like dainty kind of airy feature that this gives when the pearls and the little white balls are separated. But there are truly an infinite amount of ways that you can wear this particular necklace, and again, the thing that I love most about Gingiberi is just the versatility of all their pieces. You are paying a price for getting one piece in particular, but that piece can be worn in 2, 3, 4 different ways, and so you are getting well worth your money. Most of their necklaces also come with a really handy adjustability feature, so it has a cute little pearl at the end to keep it from falling out, but it has this little adjustable ball where you can pull to shorten and also lengthen to get the necklace to the perfect length. This is actually the same mechanism that a lot of graph necklaces have, so it's super convenient. All the links to the piece that I showed you will be down in the description, and if you use my code SOMIN15 at checkout, you can get 15% off your purchase. This discount code is also stackable, so during the holidays, Gingiberi will have additional codes and promotions going on, so you can get maximum savings. Once again, I cannot stress how much I personally love these pieces. I wear these pieces a lot, and I always get complimented on them, and because of that, Gingiberi is also going to be my go-to for my gift giving over the holidays, and so I really hope that you'll check them out. Now, coming back to this gorgeous mini Kelly, I first want to share all the details of this bag in particular. So this mini Kelly is in what is known as multi-co. So basically, when you are given the opportunity to make a special order, you have the option to make a solid color bag, or you have the option to make a bag with 2 colors on the exterior. So for the main panel, I chose Nata. So this white color is actually the beautiful color of Nata, and then for my secondary color, I actually chose Etoupe. So Etoupe is shown on the sangles, the handle, the sides, and the strap of the back. Now, the colors I chose were only available in the particular leather that I chose, so I also chose Chev leather. So you can see that it has this beautiful natural grain, and it has a slight sheen to it as well. So Nata and Etoupe were the colors that were available in the particular Chev leather. If I chose a different leather, such as Epsom leather or ostrich leather, I would have had different colors to choose from. The reason that I chose Chev leather was because I wanted something a little bit different than the typical Epsom leather that a lot of Cellier Kellys come out in, so I wanted something to be a little bit more reminiscent of a special order, and I absolutely fell in love with Chev because it is so luxurious. It is a lot softer than Epsom, but still has great durability, so I thought it was a great choice. I also considered ostrich for a little bit, but the colors that were available for this particular special order season weren't to my taste, and so I just decided on Chev, and I'm so happy how it turned out. The next choice that I made was in regards to the hardware, so I chose permabrass hardware. This is kind of Hermes's champagne gold hardware. It's supposed to be a mix of gold and palladium hardware. I think it leans a little bit more toward the yellow side, but it's an absolutely gorgeous in between. I do think that the gold color from Hermes is a little bit too yellow sometimes for a lot of people's taste, and so permabrass is a perfect happy medium. The next choice that I made was in terms of the stitching, so I chose what is known as tonal stitching. So my stitch color matches the leather that it's being stitched onto. So you can see on the sides and like any kind of edges, you don't actually see a stitch pattern because the stitch color matches the leather of the bag. You can also choose contrast stitching or inverse stitching, which means that the stitch color will be a lot lighter or darker than the leather it's being stitched onto. This is an example of contrast or inverse stitching. See that the stitch is white, whereas the color of the leather is Etoupe, which is very dark. I ended up choosing tonal stitching because my essay actually recommended it, and he recommended it because it gives the bag a much cleaner look. look because obviously these bags are handmade, so a lot of the stitching sometimes isn't 100% perfect, and if you're a little bit of a picky person, those flaws can stand out a lot more when you choose contrast stitching. So if you want the bag to just have a little bit more of a cleaner look and any kind of mistakes and imperfections to be covered up, tonal stitching is definitely the way to go. In addition, he also said that, for example, anytime you get an ETUBE bag as a regular store offer, ETUBE will always come out in contrast stitching, which means that, let's say I get a Birkin 25, the stitching on the Birkin 25 will always be a white in contrast to the ETUBE leather. So in order to make my bag extra special, he did recommend the tonal stitching because this is not typically what ETUBE leather comes out in, and so I do think that it makes the bag just that much more special. The last choice that I made for this bag was in terms of my strap. It is so cute, so itty bitty. So like I said, for multi-coat bags, the strap does match the secondary color, which in my case was ETUBE. This is the Mini Kelly strap. It is so skinny, so tiny. Of course, it also has the perma-rest hardware for the clasps, and it does have the Hermes stamp here as well. And I chose the strap length of 105 centimeters because I am 5'7", so I definitely thought that the original Kelly strap length would just be a little bit too short for me to sit comfortably as a crossbody. I believe regular Mini Kelly offers come with a strap length of either like 80 to 90 centimeters or something around that range. So making a special order, especially if you are someone who's a lot taller or a lot shorter, it's definitely a great way to get a strap that perfectly matches your body. Now there is one last additional choice you can make when making a special order, and that is to do a hot stamp. I chose not to do the hot stamp because A, I didn't really have a place where I would particularly want a hot stamp, and B, my essay did say that it is possible that doing a hot stamp can like delay your bag a little bit, and my boutique that I shop at does have the ability to do the hot stamp for you, I believe. So if any case, if I wanted to do a hot stamp later, I always had that option for me. I know that it's really popular to get the hot stamp on like the little piece of leather that covers the clochette, which I think is so cute. If I had a clochette, I would have definitely chosen that option. But since there's nothing like that, some people sometimes get it on like the strap or sometimes on like the inside of the sangle, but neither of those options really appealed to me, and so I'm perfectly happy not having a hot stamp. Here is what the bag looks like with the strap clipped on. I mean, these strap little clasps are so itty bitty. It is a little bit difficult at first to try and get them in, but once you're kind of used to it, it does get a lot easier. And I also want to show you the inside of the bag, so let's open her up. Here we have the special horseshoe, which indicates that this is a special order, and inside is quite teeny tiny. There's obviously not much space, and I do have my 7RP insert in there already, and the inside is also lined with goatskin, and it is so soft, much softer than a typical like Epsom, Sally, or Kelly. This is what the bag looks like without the insert. It does have one tiny little slip pocket in the back, but definitely because the interior is so soft and so supple, I definitely want to carry an insert with me. And just to talk briefly about my 7RP insert and why I get them for my Hermes bags is I actually don't get them for all my Hermes bags. I only get them for the bags that require a little bit more help in their structure. So all my Birkins in Togo leather get the 7RP insert. So my Birkin 30 and my Birkin 25 both have 7RP inserts. I also chose to get the 7RP insert for my Mini Kelly because the chev leather is softer than typical Epsom. Epsom is so stiff and so hard. It doesn't require a 7RP insert in my opinion, but because of the really soft interior of the goatskin and the general softer nature of chev leather, I do want it to just have like that little oomph and that extra support to make sure that the longevity of the bag is perfect. And so that's why I choose to spend, oh my gosh, these are like $400, $500 now for this little tiny piece of fabric, but I will say like the 7RP inserts, they are high quality and they feel so, so good. I just wish they were a little cheaper. And then like I said, for my Kelly 25, it is such a structured bag with a Cellier Epsom Kelly that I don't feel the need to buy the 7RP insert. So I got a different insert off of Amazon that has a really nice silky material. It's a little bit softer, less structured, but it's just perfect for my Kelly 25 because the interior is so hard and it's pretty like damage proof kind of in my opinion, that you don't need like that extra padding, you don't need that high cost. And so I decided to save a little bit with getting just a pretty like nice high quality insert, but obviously way cheaper than the 7RP inserts. I believe the insert that I bought for this one was only $100, and so the extra money was definitely funneled into my insert for my Mini Kelly. And like I said at the beginning of this video, I have been using her already because how can I wait to use this beautiful bag? I have absolutely been loving using her for about a month and a half, I would say. When I first got her, I wore her crossbody a lot. I really like the look of the Mini Kelly as a crossbody, but eventually I did want to start carrying her top handle a little bit just because I do want to be a little bit careful with the Nata Chev leather in terms of color transfer, so not all the clothes I wear I should be wearing this as a crossbody bag. I saw this Twilly and I knew that I wanted to get it for this bag in particular immediately. This is the In the Pocket Twilly. It comes out in so many different cute colors. Like, this is by far my favorite Twilly of this recent collection release. It has this beautiful kind of like darkish brown, perfect for fall on the outside, and it has a little bit more of like a lighter beige kind of taupey color on the inside. Again, if I ever want a different look, I think I could easily flip the Twilly and create an entirely new look with this, but I did want to wrap the handles of my Mini Kelly in particular because the Chev leather does feel so soft and so luxurious. Even though the tube handle will probably cover any kind of, you know, oils that come off my hands or anything like that, I do want to just be extra careful because Chev is a little bit more delicate than Epsom, so I always do want to wrap the handles in the case that I do want to wear my bag top handle. At the end of the video, I will show you all my mod shots, including me holding the bag and also taking off the Twilly so I can attach the crossbody straps and show you what it looks like crossbody. So stay tuned for that. And also, if you have any other questions about like the details of my special order, I did make an entirely separate video on making my special order, so going into all the nitty-gritty details of why I chose every single combination that I did. So definitely make sure to check that out if you want any more details. So moving on to price and waiting time. So starting off with price, this is a Mini Kelly in Chev leather, and I will say that Mini Kelly in Chev is significantly more expensive than Mini Kellys in Epsom leather. So currently the 2024 price of a Mini Kelly in Epsom leather is $9,400, whereas a Mini Kelly in Chev leather currently retails for $10,100. So post-tax, this bag cost me almost $11,000, which is definitely a hefty price for such a teeny tiny bag. In terms of wait time, I am so lucky. I have no idea why it came so fast, but this bag took about 7 months to arrive. So I made my Mini Kelly at the end of February, and then I received this bag at the very beginning of October. I have heard that there are like more regulations regarding special orders these days, at least in California, and maybe that's why this was able to come so quickly, because there's being like less special orders offered or something like that, or not everybody's allowed to order a Mini Kelly. I honestly can't tell you why this came so quickly, but I do know that a lot of people this year in particular have been getting their special orders quicker than normal, so maybe it's just something on the Paris side. And then the last thing that I want to share with you guys before I jump into a little bit of a story time is my comparison between my Kelly 25, which is in Cray Epsom, and my Mini Kelly, which is in Nata Chev. So if you guys are familiar with Nata and Cray, you know that typically if you're comparing within the same leather type, for example, let's just say Clemence leather, that Nata pulls a lot more of a yellow undertone, whereas Cray pulls a lot more of like a cool tone, chalky undertone. So I was really pleasantly surprised when I got my bag and I noticed that Nata and Chev is actually a much more like true white, I would say, in comparison to the Chev Epsom leather. So you can see it side by side. Definitely Cray has a bit more of like a grayish chalky tone, whereas the Nata Chev is a lot more of like a bright white. It's still off-white, I would definitely say, but it's a lot more like traditionally white than Cray, which is not something that you typically expect, like I said, when you're comparing these two colors within the same leather type. I really love Nata and Chev. I was originally, when I placed my special order, really scared that the Nata would actually be a lot more yellow, because I know what Nata typically looks like in different leathers, and it does pull like a lot more of a yellow undertone, and so I thought that it was just going to be a little bit too yellow for my taste, but oh my gosh, is it like the most perfect white color? I think out of like all my bags, all the leathers that I own, like this is by far my favorite color and my favorite leather. And then of course we can do a quick little size comparison. So here is the Mini Kelly stacked against the Kelly 25. I mean, these are given their number names because across the bottom it's supposed to measure 25 centimeters. This measured across is supposed to be 20 centimeters. So the bottom is not supposed to be, you know, a crazy difference, but definitely in the height and definitely in terms of the width is where we see the biggest differences. I am really happy to add a Mini Kelly into my collection because I actually really like wearing this bag crossbody. All my other bags, so my two Birkins and my Kelly 25, I exclusively wear them top handle. I don't really like wearing the strap with this Kelly because it can only be slung over one shoulder. It can't be used as a crossbody bag, and I just do think that I prefer like carrying this as like a cute little dainty top handle, but definitely this one, it can be a little bit more casual even. So with the crossbody strap, with just like a kind of, you know, like casual casual luxury outfit, I think it is the perfect look for me. And then just one last unboxing, we do have a little Pegasus that I was offered because I specifically asked for this one. As soon as I saw this bag, I was like, I know exactly the Pegasus I want to go with it. I let my SA know and he was like the next day, oh, it's here. So I went to go get her. But it is a tube monochrome Pegasus. You guys know that I absolutely love the monochrome look. I mean, I do like the other kind of like fun mixes of colors, which I'll show you a couple other Pegasuses that I do think match the bag really well, but nothing kind of gets me going like a good monochrome Pegasus or Rodeo. And girls, I'm actually dead. Here she is on, I mean, it is so perfect. So what's interesting is that the tube in the shell leather is definitely a little bit darker than the tube in the leather that the Rodeos and Pegasuses come in. But of course, it's like pretty much a good match. But I do even like the little bit of kind of variation that you see within the colors. And like I was saying, pretty much anything you get as like a regular E-tube offer, it does have the contrast stitching. So you can see the white stitching along the wing and the outside of the little horse body. But like I said, for this bag, I did choose the tonal stitching because I did want it to be just a little bit different. I do also have this Pegasus, which I think goes really well with my bag as well. This one is my Cray and Gold and E-tube Pegasus. Here you can see the two together. I mean, still I do prefer my tube because again, I love that monochrome look, but I do think that this is just a little bit more like of a fun festive one that I can take out that's a little bit more of an accent. I do think that the gold matches really well with my Twilly. Again, the wings match with my sangles and the Cray obviously matches with the Nata. So either one I think is so cute. But you guys let me know. Some people actually said that they don't like the look of any kind of charm or Rodeo or Pegasus on the Mini Kelly. They say it kind of cheapens the bag. I think it's so cute, but you guys let me know. Do you think it looks better just as a clean face with no Rodeos or Pegasuses? Or do you think that accessorizing with one of these is the better look? Now we can go on to a really short story time of picking up my special order. There's really nothing to it, but basically my SA texted me. He's like, can you come into the boutique today? You really need to come in. And I was like, there's only one reason why you really need to come into a boutique, and that is to pick up a special little bag. And so I was like, is it my special order? Because again, I would be so shocked that it came in this quickly. So I thought it would be my special order, but again, I can't be sure because it had only been 7 months when I went to go pick up the bag. And he's like, I don't know, but bring Matthew. So I scheduled an appointment pretty much at the very end of the day. We go in and he was like, here it is, here she is. I haven't even like taken off that little cardboard flap that they put over the boxes to indicate that they are brand new and they had just been shipped. He's like, I wanted you to do everything. So we sat in the private room, I unboxed her, and I think I screamed. Like, I don't even know because she was like way more pretty than I had even possibly imagined her to be, even on the iPad system, because now there is an iPad system where you can kind of visualize what the colors are going to look like when they come together. It paled in comparison to what the bag actually is. And with the added surprise of just never expecting the bag to come this early, it was just like the most wonderful treat ever. Now, to give a little backstory of my Hermes journey to those of you who are new, and also kind of what I'm thinking as I go forward in my Hermes journey. So I had been shopping at my local boutique since the end of July in 2023. It's now November of 2024, so I've been shopping here for a little under a year and a half. 2023 is definitely where I spent the bulk of my money, and in 2024 I honestly haven't been shopping that much. I've only popped in a few times here and there to pick up like a couple small things. I know some of you might want to ask me about my pre-spend of what it took to get this Mini Kelly. It's a little bit like convoluted. I do think that once you start to become a regular customer and you have a good relationship with your SA, it's not really about the pre-spend anymore. It's just kind of like a flow of shopping and offers, if that kind of makes sense. So why I say it's a little bit difficult to say that is because I got my Birkin 25 in January, and then I was offered my special order at the end of February, and in between those two purchases I didn't buy anything. So it's not like I didn't have any pre-spend for the special order, because before getting my Birkin 25 I had spent a lot of money. So I think before getting my Birkin 25 I might have spent close to like over like $30,000 to $40,000 is probably the estimated range of money I might have spent. And then out of that came like my Birkin 25 and then also a special order. So kind of like lumped it in together because it's difficult. Like I said, there wasn't like distinct time periods of like spend and then bag and then spend and then bag for me to be able to say like, this is the pre-spend I got for my Mini Kelly. And then obviously since I had got my Birkin 25 and then I placed my special order, I thought I was like pretty done with bags for the year, so I had not been spending too much at the store, and also I have just been quite busy with like travel and work, and so just in comparison between like 2024 and 2023 spending for me, it has like dramatically dipped. I think that, you know, there will be ebbs and flows, right? If a new collection comes out that I'm like super interested in, I'm sure that I'll go into shop more, but so far, at least this year, nothing has been like attracting a ton of attention for me. So that kind of moves me on to also like, what am I looking forward to in my Hermes journey? And this is where I'm putting in a lot of thought these days, because I have been so lucky to say that I have had a really good journey. I have gotten a lot of bags in a pretty short period of time, and I have loved all of them. And these are like holy grail bags. Like, these are bags that I don't even know if I could ever request a bag that will like beat these bags, right? Like a Birkin 25 in Noir, like dream bag, Kelly 25 in Cray, dream bag, like Special Order, dream bag, right? Birkin 30 gold, dream bag. Like, these are all amazing bags. So currently I am pretty much at purse piece at the moment. Like, I have no burning desire for any bags at Hermes right now. I don't have any burning desire for any of the non-quota bags. I think maybe as I get older and my lifestyle changes a little bit, I might want to incorporate a couple of the bags that they have as non-quota bags. And even for quota bags, like, I'm not even sure what to put on my wish list. Currently, there's nothing on my, like, currently there are 0 items on my wish list, like items, bags, whatever. There's pretty much nothing on my wish list. But I do think that that's perfectly fine. Again, like for Hermes, if it's kind of like a lifelong relationship that you want to maintain, there's obviously going to be periods of your life where you have something that you really want and you're going to work towards that, and then there's going to be periods of your life where you're not really interested in anything, and at those times there's no reason to go in and shop and buy things that you don't necessarily want or don't necessarily need. And so I feel like I'm a little bit in that state. There are actually some ready-to-wear items that I am interested in picking up, so I will be going to see my SA pretty soon. I haven't seen them since picking up my special order. But in terms of quota bag, I have recently seen that there has been a new color release. It's called Gris Platine. I think it is the prettiest shade of gray. Before that color came out, I was like, whatever, like I am not going to put any wish list bags on my list until I find like a color that truly speaks to me. Gris Platine may be speaking to me, so I might bring it up to my SA maybe sometime next year that I might be interested in the color. And I do know that seasonal colors typically, they are a little bit easier to get in terms of quota bag. For example, like Green Misty has been a color released this year, and I've seen so many Green Misty offers, and that's kind of just like the trend where seasonal color bags will just be produced a little bit more, I think. So that might up my chances in being able to get the Gris Platine color, but Gris Platine is like a true cool tone gray, and I definitely want for my next quota bag to be a Birkin 25 with palladium hardware. That is the next bag that I want to incorporate into my own personal collection, because my favorite bag is definitely the Birkin 25 in terms of its ease of use, in terms of the look. I love everything about a Birkin 25, and I have been liking palladium hardware and like white gold and silver jewelry a lot more, so I do want to have a bag that I love, like the style that I love, that also has the hardware that I love, which is kind of moving a little bit towards palladium. And so while I haven't decided on the specific color just yet, I definitely want to have palladium hardware Birkin 25 as my next offer. However, while that would have been an offer that I would have liked to add to my collection personally, I do also want to buy bags for my mom and also my future mother-in-law. So I am also playing with the idea that since I already have a lot of bags that I use for my own personal collection, I might just forego adding the Birkin 25 palladium hardware until like a much later date, and instead trying to get next year bag offers that will be gifts for my mom and my future mother-in-law, because obviously I think they are much more deserving of bags than I am. They have raised me and Matthew to be upstanding individuals in my opinion, and so I think that they should be rewarded and thanked accordingly. So I'm still kind of thinking about that, but I'm like, I want it to be a surprise, but also like I want to know what bag they'd want, what specs they'd want. So it's in my head, like I'm thinking about it. Now I want to show you guys a couple of mod shots before we end the video. So I'm going to show you wearing it top handle. I do sometimes think that it's just a little comical how small the bag is, but definitely just like holding your mini Kelly. It's just such a cute look. I mean, it's just like a little peak of luxury, especially if you're wearing like a little bit like of an oversized kind of baggy look. I think it looks so good, but I do definitely have to say that sometimes, especially in the city, carrying my mini Kelly top handle makes me a little nervous. I do definitely feel a lot more secure when I wear her as a crossbody. So I do love wearing her crossbody as much as I can, and especially with like choosing a multi-coat bag, the strap is a dark taupe color, so is the handle, so I'm a lot less worried about like color transfer from wearing her crossbody. If you choose a all white or all light mini Kelly, you'll definitely have to be a little bit more considerate of what outfits you're pairing with a crossbody mini Kelly. But definitely with mine, I do have to be careful a little bit with like the Nata panels, but for the strap and the handle, I'm a lot more carefree with it, which makes the bag all that more lovable. And like I said, I'm 5'7", my strap length is 105 centimeters, and it is the perfect crossbody length. It hits just right at my hip. It's really easy to get in and out of. It's really easy to put on and take off. And so again, if you're a little bit on the taller side, definitely the 105 centimeters will be a great fit for you. They do even offer, I believe it's 120 centimeter strap, but I think that would be just like way too long unless you are a very tall person. But that pretty much brings me to a wrap on today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I just want to bring it back to the fact that when I first started this channel, that is when I first started shopping Hermes, and I was just like a little chick like hatching. I had no idea about anything Hermes. I was so nervous to start my journey. I mean, I had no idea how much like money I need to spend, how much time I need to invest, and looking back on how it's gone so far, I am so thankful and so happy that I've been able to share such a unique experience in my life with all of you. And you can see like the progression of my channel. Like in the very beginning, I was filming on my iPhone. It wasn't even like a nice iPhone, it was an old iPhone. I just set up on a little tripod on a bunch of boxes stacked up, and I wasn't very good at talking to the camera and all this stuff. And now, you know, I've upgraded a lot of my equipment. I've progressed a lot in my journey, and I've grown to interact with so many of my lovely subscribers about anything Hermes, anything luxury. And of course, the thing that I am most thankful for out of any of this is developing these lifelong relationships with all of you. So I really cannot thank you guys enough for sharing my happiness along this journey, and I would love to thank all of you guys. I'm going to try to do more giveaways in the future as well to show my appreciation. Once again, please don't forget to check out Gingiberi. Their pearls are absolutely exquisite. All the details and links will be down in the description, and as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll definitely see you in the next one. Bye guys!